Hi, I am will be casting the game between Random for the win here against Brice as elves. Goblins against elves here. Let's see how this goes. 2 tunnel start here and a 2 tree start. Elves usually start with 1 tree and a barracks and creep early game. I guess he's either going for early lancers or he just prefers 2 tree starts. And Goblins is going with the generic Goblin Rush. It looks like the cave is faced this way, I'm not sure though. But they should be faced towards the opponent's base. Or no, maybe it is. I don't know. I don't remember what it looks like. 3 tree barracks. Normally it's better just to creep and get a good economy that way. And these are built pretty far away from the fortress too. It should be pretty easy for Goblins to destroy them without losing too many of their battalions. At least the tree, I don't know about the barracks, but later in the game that placement isn't going to be very good. And he did face these the right way. Let's see it here. He is making an archer now. He'll probably still creep with it. He might have to defend though if the goblins get there fast enough. If he doesn't defend, there's a good chance he'll lose one of his trees. Looks like elves also split up his trees, so they're all around 97 to 100% probably, which can be good, but they're a little bit harder to defend that way. Warrior, he's going for a rush. A warrior rush is pretty good. What he should be doing here, if he's gonna he's probably going to send the warrior with the archer on the rush. But he could be creeping this lair with his archer and then send them together. Not sure why he isn't doing that. Probably just so he has him back for defense in case he needs him, I don't know. And here are the goblins. If he guesses right and goes this way, there's a good chance he'll get that tree unless the archers are quick. We'll see. Yeah, they're gonna get stopped. And then he's got his other goblin going around the other fort. That's pretty good, to lure the units this way, and then send another goblin from the other side, and maybe take out a tree over here. That's what he's planning on doing, obviously, and it works pretty good. He has a forward tunnel here, and one here. Putting the builder out in the middle of nowhere against elves is not a very good idea at all. Elves usually creep, so there's the chance of an archer walking through here is pretty good, and if it gets near the builder's pretty much dead. Unless you get lucky and can build really fast or something, I don't know. He's just stacking his goblins in the tunnels right now. Normally you'd want to keep sending them out all over the place. He could be getting a couple more trees down if he was harassing. But with these warriors, he does need defense too. What he should be going for is spider riders as soon as possible, so that he can crush the warriors. Because other than that, the only thing goblins really have to stop them is either lots and lots of goblin warriors, which isn't really that effective, or else just goblin archers. But you need a lot of archers to stop elven warriors. What I would be doing if I was goblins is keep splitting up your goblins and don't send them all together like this. Maybe groups of 1 might not be good, but send groups of 2, like 2 here and 2 here. Just so it's harder for elves to defend, because he's making it too easy right here. Elves can just keep all his units together and kill them, just like that. And the warriors did take the base tunnel. Not really. I don't know if that was worth it. 2 battalions of warriors, that costs 800. They might have just gotten 1 tunnel there. That's ridiculous. It's definitely not worth it. Goblins are really fast, so they don't need that base tunnel really. They have another one here anyway. They can just run all over the place. They're the fastest faction, so it's not a big deal. And 800 resources, just not worth it. He does have lancers now. That's very good in this matchup. It's for elves, for harassment. Lancer harassment is very effective against goblins. They can also defend trees since they're faster than archers. So yeah. Goblins is doing a pretty decent job attacking from different angles, I'd say. One thing he should be doing is, like I said earlier, split up his units better. He could be... Not sure what happened to that cave. Either he deleted it on accident or on purpose, or maybe the warriors got it. I don't think they did. I didn't remember seeing them get it. One thing against elves that's very effective is 3 goblin cave spam, and then just split up units all over the place, and elves really can't do much to defend it. Of course, lancers are pretty decent against goblin warriors, but really, yeah, you need to spend a lot of resources on lancers to defend against that, and just making the elf player do that is alone worth the getting 3 caves to spam, in my opinion. And then after that, of course, you get riders and maybe half trolls. It depends on. He is going to be getting spider riders. It looks like. Should be taking these units out. There he is. Or it might not even actually be worth it because the archers might just kill him. They're killing the goblin warriors. Gorkill will probably level up here though. That might be worth it. What he's probably planning on doing here is getting Gorkill leveled up, then getting Spider Riders, and then having him run around with them. He's got a pretty good leadership here. 25% armor and experience. Yeah. The armor especially is very helpful for trampling archers and stuff so they can live longer without dying. Because elven archers are just so strong. If you get enough of them, they can even beat cavalry. Let's see. Elves are getting too many trees up, in my opinion. As goblins, you should elves should not be able to get a real great economy. Especially since he didn't creep. I mean, elves should pretty much have nothing right now. They're doing a decent job harassing goblins though, but like, it's okay that goblins, I mean, elf harassment can be a threat to goblins early game, but you still have to harass them. And if you can harass them and keep their economy weak, their harassment will suffer also, and then you'll be able to get a better economy yourself. So, and it'll keep them distracted from harassing your own base. He does have Spider Riders now, so the elf's harassment will be much, it'll be much harder to really harass goblins and get all his buildings down, obviously. And the first rider there took out a good-sized army here. Elves really should have gotten a pike a while ago, just to be safe, instead of sending out all those archers like that. You definitely don't want to be aggressive with archers like that after very early game. It's just not safe. In case for when the riders do come out and their elves lost because of it, lost some units. I'm also not sure about spending the resources on Gorkill that early. Like I said before, I would have just gotten like 3 caves and just spammed all over the place, then gotten some riders, and then maybe Gorkill later, and Shelob maybe too. Those guys are running away now. 3 lancers right there, and another one, and they were basically just sitting in his base. When you have that many, you should definitely be harassing with at least 1 or 2 of them to get some buildings down. I don't know why they were just sitting in the base. He has Spiderlings now. I'm sure they're just to counter the Lancers. I would never ever get Spiderlings against elves unless I was planning on cavalry rushing. 1 quick Spiderling to take down a tree or 2, and then quickly upgrading to Spider Riders can be a good strategy. Yeah. He did make a second cave again. Looks like he's not buying units, and he's both players are cash flowing quite a bit here. Yeah. Elf especially is cash floating a lot. It may be that he's planning on getting Legolas or Thranduil or something, or even Elrond. All three of them are pretty good against goblins, and if you get them early game, they're pretty much impossible to kill. But I don't get why he wouldn't just be just making more units. He could have like 3 barracks up right now with all those resources he had, and he could have tons of units, and he could really have this game won already with all the resources he had just cash floating there. You could have units all over all of his economy right now, and it could all be going down. Not terribly impressive by elves this game so far. He had a decent rush, but other than that, it wasn't nothing really too impressive. These Spider Riders should probably be using their bows against the Lancers and hiding behind the Goblin Warriors. Instead, they just ran in and are dying. It's like just sitting behind the Goblin Warriors with bow. Well, their bows deal more damage to cavalry than their swords do, so that's good. And if you're sitting behind here, they have to crush through the goblins, and they'll lose a ton of health if they want to get to the Spider Riders to damage them. Elves finally is creeping. He also has idle units all over the place, and this archer's getting trampled. I think goblins just didn't really start the game right, and hasn't harassed as much as he should have. And elves is, I don't know, they're just booming and making lots of economy and pretty much nothing else. Not too impressive gameplay by elves, I'd say. They do have Glorfindel though. He's a huge threat to goblins. I think he'd be a better idea than the heroes I was mentioning earlier, actually, Legolas and Thranduil and them. They're more defensive presences, while Glorfindel is a very dangerous harassment force. He should have been unmounted there. If he was unmounted, he'd have splash damage and he could have killed all of them coming out. I don't believe he has splash damage when he's mounted though. I don't remember for sure, but it didn't look like he killed any of them. And he deals more damage when he's unmounted too. That tunnel would maybe have gone down even before they could come out, I don't know. And there he loses a builder. Elves it seems like their micro is very slow this game, I don't know. All they've really done is defense and mediocre harassment. And these riders should be dying to the Lancers in Glorfindel right now, but the Lancers are just running around at random, almost. Ran through like 3 goblins there. That's a good crush, not really. There we go.